Guys, thanks for coming back. We're looking at DC Next Level Batwoman issue 2. Last time we saw Batwoman, she was bearing her soul to a psychiatrist about her sister, a girl snatched by a doomsday cult, twisted into the villainous Alice, and ultimately driven to her death. Now, that same cult has turned its gaze onto Kane, aka Batwoman. In the very last panel, Batwoman arrives to dismantle them for good. With that, let's jump right in. This is a night scene showing a small town, Peloton, Greece. Inside a home, we hear a man, Jake, sitting at a table with a glass of wine, speaking on a video call with a woman named Kat. As she asks, "How is everything? How's Kate?" Jake, "I don't know. Haven't seen her since she was admitted. Her doctor, Sedaris, the one Bruce recommended, thinks it's best if I stay away for now." Kat, "Still no idea what led to Kate's breakdown?" Jake suddenly sees a reddish hue light flash through his window and distractedly responds, no, not, I'm sorry, Kate, I'm fading here. I'll call you later," as he pulls back the curtain to see a distant cityscape featuring a glowing red bat signal shining onto a building as he says, "Oh, Kate, what have you done?" We see Jake inside a room stand at a stone wall pressing a device. Causes the wall to slide open to reveal a staircase that leads into a hidden underground facility, a Batwoman cave. The space is equipped with high-tech monitors, weapons, and motorcycle, and a costume display area featuring a Batwoman suit. You see Jake looking frustrated as he stands in front of a mannequin missing one of the two Batwoman suits. As he says, "Damn it, Kate." Jake jumps onto his motorcycle and prepares to depart as we see a close-up of the monitor displaying a map of the city with a bat symbol icon highlighting Batwoman's specific location near the water. We see Jake speeding off on the motorcycle through the streets toward the building with a glowing red bat symbol. As we cut inside the building, we see Mr. Gores in the black suit, the woman Despina, and the masked man Slay walk into the room. Mr. Gores yelling, "It's her! What are you waiting for? Get her!" Slay is on the phone. He says, "Yes, we've seen it. First team to converge on this location. I'm on my way now." We're on the rooftop. We see the tripod-mounted device projecting the red bat symbol. We see two figures in masks and gear surveying the area as one of them on the comm says, "There's no sign of her. She must have fled." One of the figures stands by the tripod looking down at a note left on the device. He says, "Oh, she's left us a message," as we see a grenade bounce and roll across the floor toward the tripod. We cut back to Jake skidding in a halt and looking up as the explosion takes place on the top of the building. Jake, "Oh crap." Back to the top of the building, amidst the fire and the rubble, a figure is seen in distress calling for help. A close-up of the view, someone picking up the charred note that says, "You will pay for what you did." We hear on the comms, "What's going on up there? Someone answer me." We see a fallen masked figure lying on the rubble, struggling to speak into the comms, while Batwoman stands over them and she says, "Don't bother getting up." We see a full body shot of Batwoman with her foot on the fallen masked figure as we hear a crunch sound suggesting that she just crushed his head, while another masked figure on the radio yells, "She's here! She's here!" Batwoman delivers a swift kick to the masked person, knocking them backwards as we see them fall off the roof and fall to their death. Slay is on the ground below, witnessing the impact with stoic expression as he looks up to find Batwoman calmly looking down at him. We see Mr. Gore and Despina on a balcony overlooking the city where the explosion has just occurred. He says, "Well, that's not good." Despina, "I shouldn't think so, Mr. Gores. I need to get back to the convent." Mr. Gore, Despina, "A moment, please. I know you think I shouldn't be here, that I'm an upstart, that I'm not true in the faith. I'd even go so far as to say that you don't like me, which is unfortunate because I like you, quite a lot, in fact," as he gestures toward her and to make his proposal. "We'd make a powerful couple in this coming age. You leading the daughters of Lilith, me in command of the stone and its legions." An extreme close-up of Despina's intense eyes as she responds, "My mothers have served and worshipped here in Petalon since the artifacts you so treasure were new. The line I represent stretches unbroken to the first blood to stain the rock. You are an upstart, Mr. Gores. You should not be here, and I have serious doubts as to the conviction of your faith. So prove me wrong." An angry Mr. Gore asks, "How do I do that?" Despina walks closer to Mr. Gore, whispering in his ear, I want her, Mr. Gores, alive, unspoiled, unsullied. Bring her to me, and together she and I will make all your dreams come to pass. She then picks up the phone and makes a call while walking away from Mr. Gore. Cut to a chaotic battle scene where several armored combatants are fighting Batwoman. As Slay enters and yells, "Enough of this! You have failed! Destiny is written!" As Slay hits Batwoman, and we hear a bone-crushing sound as we see her hold her ribs and drop to her knees, clearly overwhelmed but refusing to yield, surrounded by the rubble of the battle, as she says, "No!" We see all the cult warriors standing around Batwoman as Slay yells, "Why else are you here? You had to come. You had no choice. Before you were even born, it was carved in blood on the stone." The group of occult-like figures, including the stone warrior and men in capes, stand around watching this confrontation as they speak about destiny. Slay then picks up Batwoman with one arm as he says, "It is will as spoken by Kane," as Batwoman struggles to breathe under a defiant "No." Slay throws her onto the ground and screams, "Yes!" Batwoman takes this opportunity, rolls and leaps away across the rooftops, escaping the immediate conflict. We see Jake watching the scene unfold, looking distressed. Slay commands his followers to pursue the escaping Batwoman, yelling, "Bring her to me," as we see the warriors unsheath a sharp blade, signaling the start of the hunt. As Jake is seen riding his motorcycle at high speed, rushing to catch up to Batwoman in the distant background. Batwoman is leaping across all the rooftops with her pursuers just visible behind her. She stops at the edge of a building and takes a massive jump onto a moving truck. We see a close-up of the surprised truck driver looking in the side view mirror. Batwoman loses her balance and falls off the side of the truck into traffic. Batwoman struggling to get up as we see her pursuers who are emerging from the stairwell behind her. Jake hightails it towards her and outstretches his hand and yells, "Get on!" As Batwoman pursuers gather in the street nearby. Jake yells, "Damn it, get on!" as we see a blade hit him in the shoulder from behind. Batwoman catches him as he falls and whispers, "Daddy?" We see a wide shot of the street. Jake is on the ground, wounded, and trying to get up as Batwoman looks onto the warriors closing and surrounding them. They come closer, holding knives in their hands, as one of them yells at Batwoman, "You come with us. Take the man. Knife at his throat." They take Jake holding the knife to his throat as Batwoman yells, "Let him go." One of the masked warriors yells, "Who is he to you that you care? Master Slay said to bring you. Return with us, be with us, fulfill your purpose." Batwoman looking conflicted and pained as she refuses the demands of the warriors and they push the knife closer to his throat. She says, "I won't, I can't," as we see her grabbing something out of her belt and she says, "I'm sorry, Daddy." This is a crazy scene here. Batwoman actually pulls out a gun and fires upon the masked occultist warriors. First shooting the one holding the knife against her father's throat. The other one tries to escape and we see him running away as she shoots him in the knee. Batwoman then stands over the remaining warrior who is kneeling and pleading with her. Her father screams, "No, don't!" She ignores him. She doesn't blink or hesitate. She pulls the trigger, shoots him point blank in his head. We now cut to a wide street shot showing Jake on his knees on a busy street, clutching his wounded back in shock. The scene is illuminated by the glowing circular headlights of the cars. We see the people on the street with their phones recording the whole thing. And Jake saying, "Oh God, Kate, what have you done?" As Batwoman slowly walks away into the darkness, framed by the bright lights of the surrounding traffic. To be continued. And this ends this issue. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please, if you like this video, leave me a comment and subscribe to Comic Book Lounge, and I will see you next time.